What's up everybody, it's Mohammed from Product Feedback, and in this video we'll be checking out the SteelSeries 6Gv2 mechanical gaming keyboard. Now this review is actually going to be basically two parts. We're going to check out the actual keyboard itself and see how well it performs. And then because this keyboard is actually a mechanical keyboard, which means that the keys that most people are used to, it's been changed or it's been improved, you can say, depending on what purpose you're looking for. So we're going to check out that, and we're going to check out the keyboard itself. Let's get straight into it. So the SteelSeries 6Gv2 is pretty much a standard size keyboard. It features all the normal buttons as a standard keyboard would. There are some changes, however. The Windows key on the left hand side of the keyboard has actually been replaced by a SteelSeries logo. This means that if you are gaming and you accidentally hit that key, it doesn't minimize your application. The other advantage of this key is that it allows you to have some extra functions. So on the F numbers there are like a play and pause and media buttons, which when you use the SteelSeries logo and hit them, it allows you to use two different things. Now the actual keyboard itself does have some slight changes to the layout of the keys. The enter key has been resized and made basically larger, and what that means is that the backslash key has actually been moved down next to the shift key, which means that a lot of the time when I've been typing, I'm trying to press the question mark key and end up hitting /, so it's a little bit annoying. That's only my big gripe with the layout, and I would say that having a larger enter key for that disadvantage hasn't really paid off, and I would like to see it go back to just a straight sized enter key. The keyboard is ultra solid and it's pretty heavy as well, so when you're gaming on it, it doesn't slide around and doesn't move, and it doesn't feel like it's going to break. It's one of the most solidest keyboard I have ever used, and definitely you can get a few years use out of it. The paint on the keyboard is also seems to be of high quality. It doesn't scratch easy, so that means that the wear is going to be very minimal even after a lot of use. So the build quality is spot on. SteelSeries did a very good job here, and I don't have any problems with the way that it's built. In the unboxing you would have seen the way that it basically looked, and that it's angled very slightly. So check out that video if you haven't seen it already. So we pretty much covered that the design of the keyboard is pretty minimal. It hasn't been changed that much, and that the keyboard is of good quality and solid build. So what is the big advantage, and why should you go out and buy one of these versus say just a normal Logitech keyboard or similar? Now there are two different ways that you can go about designing keyboards. The style that this one uses is actually called Cherry MX. It's basically a mechanical keyboard. It's similar to how typewriters used to be in the past, a real solid click. Now the version of Cherry that they use is called Cherry MX. It's specifically designed for gaming, so the feedback is very solid, and it's designed so you can go onto your FPS games and start hammering that keyboard and you get good tactile feedback. The big advantage also with this keyboard is that it's actually got a very good anti-ghosting capability, meaning you can pretty much hit about 6 keys at once without it jamming up or ghosting. So I found that really good. When I first started using this keyboard, it was different definitely to what the other keyboards are, and you do need about a week to get used to it. It's a lot firmer to press on keys, which I thought at first would actually slow down my typing speed, but it actually hasn't. I've actually improved, and I seem to be typing a lot faster. It's basically a sensation like I saw someone comment before about typing on air. It really feels light when you get going. However, when you're hitting them individually, there does seem to be a lot of firm tactile feedback. The downside is obviously that after a period, your hands do tend to get a bit stiff and sore. This was maybe like after about 2 hours of typing up essays or maybe gaming that I started to feel a bit fatigued, and I would go out and stretch my hands and fingers a little bit. But you should do that anyway, so just encouraging you to be a little bit healthy. A few people wanted to hear how loud the keyboard is. It is a bit louder than a normal keyboard, maybe about 20%, and I'll put a sample audio so you guys can hear exactly how loud it is when you get typing. Headshot. So is there any negative disadvantages, or are there any improvements that SteelSeries could make to this keyboard? Number one thing for me is I need illuminated keys. It might not be for everybody, but I would love to see this keyboard have illuminated keys. I've been using a G15, the original, for the last 2 years, and then I've moved to the G19 Logitechs, which have all been illuminated keys, and I find it very convenient. So that's one thing that I reckon SteelSeries should do in maybe a different model, because I would definitely pay extra for that feature. The other thing is I don't like the enter key. I would have preferred it being smaller and have the backslash put back where it normally is supposed to be, so I wouldn't have any issues with hitting the backslash or forward slash by accident, because I could not get used to that. It's just something I found really awkward. Apart from this, we are pretty happy at product feedback with this keyboard and would recommend it with basically a 9 out of 10. The keyboard itself is very solid and strong, so anyone looking for something that will last for a very long time and would like to have the mechanical type of keys, definitely this is a good choice to consider. Apart from that, anyone looking to maybe upgrade from an original, say like a G15 keyboard or just a normal keyboard, and wants to get into gaming, if you're using this keyboard for strategy based games, I would say maybe it's not the best idea. If you're using this keyboard for any games like Counter-Strike, Battlefield, those sort of games, which are first person shooters, action games, then this keyboard is definitely worth the money and will improve your gaming performance. I'm just letting everybody know that Product Feedback actually does have a website now, and we will be writing up reviews to coincide with any videos that we do, and I do have basically a 1200 or 1300 word review on our website by Dimitri, and I'll put a link to that in the description, so please go check it out. And if you don't mind, I'd appreciate it if you can maybe subscribe to my RSS feed so you can be updated when we do some new posts. Apart from that, I would like everyone to leave a comment below saying if you would actually consider moving from a normal keyboard up to a mechanical or not. That's just a real simple question. I'd love to see your guys' feedback on that. Apart from that, this is Mohammed with another product feedback video. And just a heads up that there will be a giveaway in about maybe 2 weeks from now on a cool set of products that you guys might be interested in. And that's just another way I can say thank you to all my subscribers out there. See you guys in another video. To be updated on the latest product feedback videos, make sure that you have subscribed.